Hi, I'm Sarah. I never thought I'd be telling a story like this, but here goes. I've always been passionate about food. Growing up in Chicago, I dreamed of owning my own restaurant. After years of hard work and saving every penny, I finally opened Flavor Haven downtown. It wasn't easy, especially at first. There were nights I doubted we'd make it, but I poured my heart and soul into every dish. Then one night, a food critic from the Chicago Tribune showed up unannounced. I was a nervous wreck. "These fusion tacos are interesting," he said, scribbling in his notebook. I held my breath, waiting for the review. When it finally came out, I couldn't believe it. 4 stars. That review put us on the map. As Flavor Heaven took off, I met Jack. He walked in one evening, all charm and good looks. "Table for one," he said with a winning smile. We got to talking, and I found out he was a real estate agent. Our conversations grew longer, and soon we were dating. It felt like a whirlwind romance. On our third date, Jack surprised me with a picnic in Millennium Park. As we sat under the stars, he turned to me and said, "Sarah, I've never met anyone like you. You're amazing." My heart skipped a beat. Before I knew it, we were married in a small ceremony at the restaurant. With business booming, I needed to expand my team. That's when I met Emily, Carlos, and Diane. "Welcome aboard," I said, showing them around. "This place is like family to me." Emily, my new hostess, beamed. "I can already tell it's special here," she said. Carlos, my sous chef, nodded. "I'm excited to learn from you, Sarah." Diane, setting up behind the bar, added, "Let's make some magic happen." Life felt perfect until things started to change. Jack began spending more time at the restaurant watching me work. "You know, babe," he said one night, "I think we should change the menu. Make it more mainstream." I frowned. "But our fusion cuisine is what makes us unique." He shrugged it off, but I couldn't shake the uneasy feeling. A few weeks later, Jack dropped a bombshell. "My brother Mike's getting out of prison soon," he said casually over dinner. I nearly choked on my wine. "Prison? You never mentioned that." Jack waved his hand dismissively. "It was just a misunderstanding. Anyway, he needs a job, and I was thinking we could hire him at Flavor Haven I hesitated. "I don't know, Jack. We don't really have any openings right now." "Come on, Sarah," he pressed. "He's scamly. We have to help him out." Against my better judgment, I agreed. Little did I know, that decision would change everything. From the day Mike started, there was tension in the air. Emily pulled me aside. "Sarah, I don't mean to overstep, but something feels off about Mike." I brushed off her concerns, wanting to give him a chance. But as the weeks went by, I noticed things, small discrepancies in the cash register and inventory that didn't add up. One night, I overheard Jack and Mike whispering in the office. "We need to move faster before she catches on." Mike hissed. My blood ran cold. What were they planning? And why did I feel like I was about to lose everything I'd worked so hard for? Jack's behavior shifted. He became more controlling, especially about the restaurant. "Sarah, we need to cut costs," he insisted one evening. "Let's switch to cheaper ingredients." I stood my ground. "Our quality is what sets us apart. I won't compromise on that." His eyes narrowed. "You're being stubborn. This is a business, not your personal kitchen." The arguments became more frequent, chipping away at our relationship. Jack, once my biggest supporter, now seemed determined to undermine everything I'd built. Then, while doing inventory one day, I noticed more discrepancies. Expensive ingredients were missing, with no record of their use. I decided to install security cameras, telling Jack it was for safety. A week later, the cameras caught Mike pocketing high-end liquor bottles. When I confronted Jack, his reaction floored me. "You're spying on family now," he snarled. "Mike's trying to get back on his feet. So what if he takes a bottle or two?" I couldn't believe my ears. "That's theft, Jack. We're running a business, not a charity." He dismissed my concerns, accusing me of being paranoid and untrusting. I felt like I was losing my grip on reality. The next day, I overheard Mike on the phone in the storage room. "Yeah, I can get you those truffles, half the usual price. Don't ask questions, just be there." My heart raced. They were selling off our inventory on the side, but I needed more proof. Confiding in Emily, my trusted hostess, I said, "Something's very wrong, Emily. I don't know who to trust anymore." She squeezed my hand. I've noticed things too. The way Mike leers at customers, how Jack brushes off complaints. This isn't the flavor haven we built. Her words gave me strength. Together, we devised a plan to gather evidence discreetly. Over the next few weeks, I meticulously documented everything: missing inventory, unexplained cash withdrawals, suspicious meetings. The picture it painted was grim. One night, while closing up, I overheard Jack and Mike in the office. "We need to move faster," Mike urged. Jack's laugh sent chills down my spine. "Relax, Sarah's too naïve to figure it out. Besides, I've got her wrapped around my finger." I bit my lip to keep from gasping. The betrayal cut deep, but I couldn't let them know I'd heard. The next day, I met with my old friend Lisa, a forensic accountant. "I need your help," I said, sliding her the documents I'd gathered. Lisa's eyes widened as she flipped through the pages. "Sarah, this is serious. We're talking major fraud here." I nodded, fighting back tears. "I know, but I need ironclad proof before I can do anything." "All right," she said. "I'll go through everything, but Sarah, be careful. People who do this can be dangerous when cornered." As I left Lisa's office, a mix of fear, anger, and determination swirled inside me. I had built Flavor Haven from nothing, poured my heart and soul into it. I'd be damned if I'd let Jack and Mike destroy it all. That night, as Jack slept beside me, I stared at the ceiling, my mind racing. I knew the road ahead would be tough, but I was ready to fight for my restaurant, for my dream, and for myself. Little did I know, the real battle was just beginning. For weeks, I continued gathering evidence, each new discovery weighing heavy on my heart. The numbers didn't lie. Jack and Mike had been systematically embezzling from Flavor Haven. My own husband was stealing from the dream we had built together. One night, I decided to confront Jack. I rehearsed what I'd say, clutching a folder of damning financial records. As I approached his office, I heard hushed voices. "We need to get rid of her," Mike hissed. "She's too close to figuring it out." Jack's reply chilled me to the bone. "I've got a plan. We'll force her out, make it look like she had a breakdown. No one will believe her over us." I stumbled back, my world spinning. How could Jack do this to me? Later that evening, I tried to act normal as we closed up the restaurant, but Jack must have sensed something was off. "You've been quiet," he said, his eyes narrowing. "Something on your mind, babe?" I took a deep breath. "Jack, I know what you and Mike have been doing." His face darkened. "What are you talking about?" "The embezzlement. The fraud. I have proof." For a moment, silence hung heavy between us. Then, without warning, Jack's hand struck my face. The force sent me stumbling backward. "You stupid," he snarled, advancing on me. "You think you can threaten me?" I tried to run, but he caught my arm, twisting it painfully. "This restaurant is mine now. You're done here." Fear and adrenaline surged through me. I fought back, clawing at his face. He roared in pain, shoving me hard. I crashed into a table, dishes shattering around me. "Get out," Jack bellowed, towering over me. "If you ever come back, I'll make you regret it." Terrified and in pain, I fled into the night. I drove aimlessly, tears blurring my vision, until I ended up at Emily's apartment. Emily gasped when she saw me. "Sarah, oh my God, what happened?" Through sobs, I told her everything: the embezzlement, Jack's betrayal, the assault. Emily listened, her face a mix of horror and anger. "You're staying here tonight," she said firmly. "We'll figure this out together." As Emily tended to my bruises, my shock gave way to determination. "I can't let them get away with this," I said. "They'll destroy everything I've worked for." Emily nodded. "We need a plan, something to expose them without putting you in more danger." We stayed up all night plotting. By morning, we had a strategy. First, Emily said, "We need to secure that evidence. If Jack realizes what you know, he'll destroy everything." I nodded. "I have copies hidden, but the originals are still at home." "I'll go with you to get them," Emily insisted. "You shouldn't face him alone again." As dawn broke, we drove to my house. Jack's car was gone, probably at the restaurant already. We quickly gathered the documents and my essential belongings. Back at Emily's, we refined our plan. We knew we'd need help to pull this off. "I know a reporter who'd love this story," Emily said. I nodded, a flicker of hope igniting within me for the first time since the assault. "And Lisa," I added. "She's already digging into the finances." "Perfect," Emily replied with a determined smile. Let's take these bastards down. As we began making calls and putting our plan in motion, I felt a rush of both fear and resolve. Jack had underestimated me, thought he could bully me into silence. But he didn't know how strong I really was. With Emily and Carlos by my side, we worked tirelessly, gathering every shred of evidence against Jack and Mike. There were late nights poring over documents, secretly recording conversations. It was draining, but it was necessary. We've got them, Carlos announced one evening, pulling up a hidden account on his laptop. This proves they've been siphonning money for months. Emily nodded. It's time to bring in the big guns. We made an anonymous call to Rachel Kane, a fierce investigative journalist with a reputation for exposing corruption. When we met her at a quiet cafe, she sifted through the evidence, her eyes widening with each new discovery. This is huge, she whispered. It's more than just your restaurant, Sarah. Jack's real estate dealings. There's a pattern here. While Rachel dug deeper into the wider web of Jack's crimes, I focused on healing. The bruises faded, but the emotional scars took longer. I started therapy, learning to trust myself again. One day, Emily suggested, why don't you start catering? You can use your talents without the pressure of owning a full restaurant. The idea took root. I called my new business Phoenix Flavors, a nod to rising from the ashes of my old life. My first event felt terrifying. What if I'd lost my touch? But Emily reassured me with a squeeze of her hand. Impossible. Cooking is in your soul, Sarah. And she was right. The event was a hit. Word spread, and soon Phoenix Flavors was booked solid. Months later, while prepping for a big corporate lunch, my phone buzzed with notifications. Rachel's expose had dropped. The story was devastating. Jack and Mike's fraud was far-reaching, involving fake real estate deals and embezzlement across multiple businesses. I watched, stunned, as Jack was led away in handcuffs on live TV. He had lost everything: his license, his reputation, his freedom. Mike, already on thin ice, was sent back to prison for violating parole. Flavor Haven, mismanaged and tainted by scandal, declared bankruptcy soon after. As Phoenix Flavors continued to flourish, I received an unexpected call. The bank wanted to know if I was interested in buying back the Flavor Haven space. For a moment, I was tempted, but then I realized that chapter of my life was closed. No, I said firmly, I'm moving forward. 6 months later, I catered the governor's charity gala. As I surveyed the bustling event, Emily sidled up to me, nodding toward a TV in the corner. The news showed Jack being led into court, looking haggard. The ticker at the bottom read, local businessman sentenced to 15 years for fraud. A wave of relief, vindication, and peace washed over me. You did it, Sarah, Emily said softly. You won. I looked around at my team, Emily, Carlos, and the new faces who had joined us. The guests were enjoying my food, and the future stretched out before me, full of possibility. No, I smiled, raising my glass. We did it together. As our glasses clinked, I knew the scars from this experience would always be there, but they no longer defined me. I was Sarah Mitchell, survivor, chef, and owner of Phoenix Flavors, and my story was far from over. Now I have a question for you. If you discovered your spouse was embezzling from your shared business, would you confront them directly or gather evidence secretly first? What would you do differently from Sarah? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experiences and opinions could help others facing similar situations. And if you found Sarah's story compelling, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more real-life drama and survival stories. Your support helps us continue to share these important narratives. Thanks for watching, and remember, trust your instincts, especially when it comes to those closest to you.